all that we are and all that we will be.
Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. You just saw a clip from Anecdote, a new show on Rogers, and we are so excited to have its producer on, Todd Cameron. So good to have you here, Todd.
Todd, good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. We all see the beard walking around, and now we get to sit and
We
talk
work
with
with
him
this
about
guy.
this great show. So can you tell us a little bit about Anecdote, what it is, and what it wants to share with our community?
Sure, yeah. So Anecdote is a 30-minute show that's made up of short, stylized stories. And the stories we tell, we try to take a short film approach. So
Okay.
each story would stand completely alone, and then it ends, and then the next story begins. And they don't have to connect in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
We try to take a more creative approach to storytelling to engage the audience.
Yes.
And in my experience, people are what connects, what other viewers connect to, right? People's
Right.
stories. So, for example, we would tell a story of. I've got a clip I can show you guys. So we've got this place in the city called Monopolite, which is a really cool, neat idea.
Yeah.
It was the first board game cafe in the city. Okay, so pretty
I
interesting.
love the name.
Yeah, Monopolite
Yeah.
makes sense. So instead of just going to Monopolite and getting some shots and telling the rest of the city, hey, this place exists, which would be totally fine, we kind of found out a little bit more about the guy who started Monopolite. And as it turns out, he had a perfectly good day job, was, good paying job, and just wasn't happy working in a cubicle. So he literally just dropped everything and followed his dream, which was to open a board game cafe.
Very cool.
So we tell the story connecting through him, and then you find out about Monopolite through his story. Kind of
Okay, that's great.
If
So,
we could,
Todd, do we have a clip?
yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
This is-
Anecdote.
So I took mechanical engineering at Ottawa U, and then upon graduation, I made my way to the patent office. I just found I didn't really like the cubicle life. The job is very much a solo one, and that incentivized me to find a job that was more social, more of a team dynamic, and I did. I made one.
That's
All right,
great.
there you go. Monopolite. I've been there as well. It's a really cool place. And so Anecdote airs Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, and you're a couple of shows into the season.
Yeah.
And something I've noticed in the past couple of years, just being in radio and just being out there, the culture right now in our city, when we're talking about music and arts, it just seems so alive. And it seems like this show is trying to capture some of that.
Yeah, that's it exactly. If there's one purpose of the show, it's I'm born and raised in Ottawa,
Yeah.
and I definitely have been one of the people who kind of go around saying, yeah, Ottawa's not that much going on, but over the past decade, I think that's not only began to change. Through restaurants, like the food industry is just
I
taking
totally
off,
feel
right?
that way too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, we all grew up here, and I used to think that way about Ottawa, but I will say in the past 5 to 10 years or so, there's all these kind of cool places and people and things that you don't necessarily hear about all the time, and that's why I think this is such a great show to share that.
Yeah.
Now, what about if people wanted to contact the producers? You have another producer that works with you on the show.
Yeah, so I co-produced the show with Ian Murphy,
Okay.
who's a producer here. Yeah.
When you did that, it almost looked like he was an invisible
He
friend.
should be.
Hey,
He's like,
Ian.
Ian is here.
rubbing
Ian
his
is
leg.
here,
Great
by
guy,
the way.
yeah,
You just can't
great
see
guy.
him. Yep.
Also a bearded man.
Yep.
It's not a requirement. It's just
You guys stick together, you
The
bearders.
beards in the hallways here, I swear. Yeah.
So if people wanted to contact you guys.
Yeah, and we do encourage people to contact us. In fact, one of the most important things for me to get out is, I think what I've discovered through producing the show is that we've created a Facebook page, which is the best way to contact
Yeah.
us, which is facebook.com/RTV Anecdote.
Okay.
And that's just a place for you to keep track of what we're doing, but also you could let us know. These are just some clips from
Yeah.
the show. This is stuff that was produced from a guy in the community. His name is Jeff Newton Evans. He's a young independent producer, and so this is where I'd like to promote the Facebook page to help get word out there that we're doing this. So what we've done here is we've allowed an independent producer to produce his story, which is done in a similar style to what we're doing with the show already. And now he's got a platform, and it's pretty exciting for him to have his footage, or sorry, his work aired on television.
Yeah.
And then what we do with the Facebook page to get that momentum going is we post his story on the Facebook page and say, hey, Ottawa, there's this really
Check this
great
out.
up and coming producer, and you need to check him out, and you need
It's
to
awesome.
see his story.
Right.
So, thousands of eyes hitting these pieces are going to help promote not only stories in the community, but
community itself.
the community
That's
itself.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Todd
great.
Cameron, we wish you all the best with this show.
When does it
Thanks,
air
guys.
again?
Tuesdays, 7 p.m., and just check out the Rogers TV website for
Yeah.
more.
Perfect.
more
And of course, Facebook if you want to contact Todd and Ian and try to get yourself on the television.
And if you
Simple
want
as
me to
that.
sing that other song,
Anecdote?
yeah.
Not right
drop
now,
it,
Rilla.
drop
We're out
it,
of
drop
time,
it low.
unfortunately. Thank you so much, Todd. Coming up in moments, it is National Police Week and Crime Stoppers. We'll be chatting about that great initiative that's been in the city for many years. Next on Daytime.